All right, all praise to Yahweh in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. All right, double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, or GMS for short. All right, this is where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. All right, so we're going to continue in Malachi chapter 1. All right, Malachi 1. Okay. We'll start here at verse 5. All right, it reads, "And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel." Okay, so let's go to Psalm 35. All right, let's go ahead and we may have touched on this at the end of the last video, but that's all right. All right, repetition is very, very key. Okay, going over things over and over again. Psalm 35, starting at verse 27. All right, it reads, "Let them shout for joy and be glad that favor my righteous cause." All right, the ones who actually are of the Lord's. Okay. "Yea, let them and whom understand." All right. "Yea, let them say continually, let the Lord be magnified." Because it is about us, but more so it's about the Lord and Savior. All right. And then Israel, there's order to all this. Okay. "Let the Lord be magnified, which hath pleasure in the prosperity of his servant." Okay. Verse 28 of Psalm 35, it says, "And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness and of thy praise all the day long." And this is something else. This is a trait of the remnant and the elect. Okay. We see what the Lord is doing. All right. We understand what is happening. Okay. Now let's go back to Psalm 1. Psalm chapter 1. Psalm 1 and 1, it says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly." This is key going into Malachi, all right? Because again, Malachi means my messenger, was it? Pretty sure, but let's go back here and see, because I don't want to be pretty sure. I want to be sure. So Malachi. This is Zondervan's Bible Dictionary, by the way. Malachi says, "Messenger of Yahweh," or "my messenger." Okay, so again, this message in Malachi is to Israel, man. This chapter 1. All right, it touches on the enemy, the top enemy, for a second, but still it goes on to point to us. Okay, this is speaking to us. We have to take heed to all things. Okay, what the wicked has done on their part, and what we have done on our part, and what the Lord is doing all together. Okay. So Psalm 1 and 1 again, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night." Verse 4 says, "The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish." All right, and this is what we're getting into in this Malachi, man. Malachi chapter 1. All right. So again, repetition is key. All right. So if you need to go back and meditate, like I said, meditate on these things. All right. Have your delight be in the law of the Lord. All right. And meditate in it. Okay. So apply Psalms 1. All right. Really apply the scriptures to the scriptures. All right. Again, all these things agree together when they are understood in their original language. Okay. There's no room for anything else in this. Okay. So again, Malachi 1 and 5, and your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. All right. So Malachi 1 and 6 now. The heading above this says unacceptable sacrifices. Okay. So listen, it says, a son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you, O priests, that despise my name, and ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? And you got to think it's more than just a name. It's everything that the Lord stands for. So if you go against it, all right, you're going against his name. You're going against the Lord. Okay? It doesn't mean knowing his name and still being wicked. All right? That's going against the Lord. All right? That's profaning his name. That's bringing unacceptable sacrifices to his table. All right? But we'll get into that some more. So again, Malachi 1 and 6. A son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you, O priests, that despise my name. And ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? All right, so let's go to Mark chapter 10. And on the way there, you have to think there are obedient Israelites and there are disobedient. Okay? Just because you are an Israelite does not make you righteous in the name of the Lord. Okay? There are obedient and disobedient. So where do you fall in this? And how do we know where to learn the difference? In these scriptures. So if you aren't wanting to listen to the ones that are trying to show you the right way, okay, the ones that the Lord chose and ordained to tell you the truth or to guide you to the truth, how are you going to know? All right. So again, there are disobedient and there are obedient Israelites. So let's go ahead and go Mark chapter 10. And 19. All right, if I keep that in there. Okay, Mark 10 and 19. It reads, thou knowest the commandments. Do not commit adultery. Do not kill. Do not steal. Do not bear false witness. Defraud not. Honor thy father and mother. All right, let's read that in the NLT. Mark 10 and verse 19. It reads, but to answer your question, you know the commandments. You must not, and we're talking about here, verse 6 of Malachi chapter 1. All right, let's go back and read that really quick. All right, verse 6. A son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you, O priests that despise my name, and ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? All right, Mark 10 and 19 in the NLT reads, but to answer your question, you know the commandments. You must not murder. You must not commit adultery. You must not steal. You must not testify falsely. You must not cheat anyone. Honor your father and mother. Okay? And really, when you go against the Lord, man, you're doing all these things. When you're teaching false doctrine, when you're teaching things that you want to do, all right, you have the appearance of being godly, but you're going off on the doctrine, and there is only one doctrine, all right? Like there's only one door, okay? You ain't supposed to try to get in here through the window, or no little Tom Cruise getting lowered down into the through some sneaky little vent. All right, you go through the door, man. So if you have the look of godliness, but you are not teaching exactly what this doctrine means, you are murdering. Let's read that 19 again. But to answer your question, you know the commandments. You must not murder. You are murdering. All right, you're sending people down the wrong road. You're keeping them on the boulevard of broke dreams. All right, the ways of death. You must not commit adultery. You're doing this in the spirit too. All right, a little leaveneth the whole lump. All right, so really, you're going off on some other doctrine, being unfaithful to this doctrine. All right, you must not steal. All right, you got the looks of being godly. You even use the names. All right, but you stealing from them. Okay, you must not testify falsely. All right, you're using the Lord's name, but you're giving the wrong doctrine, man. You're leading people the wrong way. Okay, and this goes for if you are in front of a pulpit or not. If you are teaching falsely, you teaching falsely, period. You must not cheat anyone. Okay? It says honor your father and your mother. You're not honoring your father and your mother. Okay? You're not honoring the Lord in heaven, and you're not honoring this truth, this doctrine. And before that it said you must not cheat anyone. All right? You're cheating everyone else and yourself. And hey man, you're cheating the Lord. Okay? That's how you are despising the Lord's name. Okay? Now let's go to Ephesians 6 and 2. All right? Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 2. It reads, honor thy father and thy mother, which is the first commandment, with a promise, or with promise. All right? That it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on earth. Okay? So he told you that from the get-go. Honor thy father and thy mother, man. Okay? And then while we're in Ephesians, this is why not we. All right, Lord willing, I'm not in that number that we just spoke about. All right, but this is why things that are contrary to the Lord is happening in Israel. All right, listen up. It says, this is Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay? So, the ways of this world, the wickedness of this world has gotten a hold of you. All right? This is why you want to go your own way and teach your own things. And this, again, goes to why... This, again, is a part of the answer when you ask, wherein have we despised thy name? All right? You don't even see I mean, if you see and you doing this stuff, you a glutton for punishment, man. All right. Otherwise, you have been blinded by the powers of this world. All right. Ephesians 6:12. All right. So now let's go back to Malachi. Okay, we just read 6. Let's read 7 and 8 now. It says, Ye offer polluted bread upon mine altar, and ye say, Wherein have we polluted thee? In that we say the table of the Lord is contemptible. All right, you call it worthless. All right, you deem it worthless. Let me see if this word is in here. I don't want to. No, it's not in here. But hey, we got this other tool out here. Let's look up contemptible. All right, let's go see what contemptible means. Again, this is the Strong's Concordance. All right, and I still have to say this. I didn't say it in the last video, but it's not a question of if the truth holds up to the translation. The question is if the translation holds up to the truth. You need the spirit to be able to discern such things. All right, 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Let me get that really quick. Second Timothy 2 and 15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right, you do the things that the Lord tells you to do. Okay, and this will be given to you. All right, the ability to rightly divide the word of truth. Now, hold on a second. Eventually, if not right away. Okay, it said become a workman and study them. All right, so we still have some things to do. All right, but I said though, if you do the things that the Lord tells you to do, all right, He will allow you discernment so that you can rightly divide the word of truth. Let's see how that read in the NLT. The heading above 2 Timothy 2 and 15 in NLT reads, an approved worker. It says, work hard so you can present yourself to God and receive His approval. Isn't this what we're doing this for, man? Be a good worker, one who does not need to be ashamed. And most definitely we are not ashamed in doing this. All right, it doesn't matter who in the world, it doesn't matter that the whole world is trying to come against this. All right, refer back to the top of that verse. I'll read it again for you. 2 Timothy 2 and 15 in the NLT. Work hard so you can present yourself to God and receive His approval. We're not looking for this world's approval, man. Period. From whomever. It doesn't matter. It says, be a good worker, one who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly explains the word of truth. Okay, I got to read the next part of that. Avoid worthless, foolish talk that only leads to more godless behavior. All right, a very good example of foolish talk, all right, is these other beliefs. Okay, any other beliefs outside of this doctrine. All right, so let's back in this Strong's Concordance, at the beginning of this book, you have words in alphabetical order. Okay? I think I may have explained this early on in this lesson, or it could be another one. So I'll just do it one more time. While we're on this topic, each topic we go to, when we use this, I'll go ahead and try to explain it again. All right? But in the beginning of this book are words. All right? I'm looking for contemptible, which is in Malachi. Hold on. Malachi 1 and 7. All right? I'm looking for the context of this word contemptible, or I'm looking for the word contemptible in the context of this verse. All right? So I'm looking for contemptible in alphabetical order. Okay? All right? Contemptible. It's on page 141. Okay? Contemptible. Now, underneath this word, you have 3 columns. You have an excerpt from the verse, and then you have the book, chapter, and verse, all right, to fully show that this is exactly what you need. And then it has the code for the word. And what I mean by the code for the word is, if it's a verse from the Old Testament, you will be going to the Hebrew section of this book to look for that code. If it's in the Old, or if it's in the, did I say that wrong? I'll start all over. If it's in the Old Testament if the verse is from the Old Testament, you will go to the Hebrew section of this word. All right. If the verse is in the New Testament, you will go to the Greek section of this word, of this book, excuse me. All right. And when you get to these sections, you are no longer looking for page numbers. All right. I was just stating what page this word fell on. But back here in these sections, the Hebrew and the Greek sections, you are going to be looking for the code that you find, all right, next to the word. You'll see. So it says contemptible. All right. So again, I'm looking for Malachi 1 and 7. Okay. It says, say the table of the Lord is contemptible. It has the letter C, but that's for the word that we're looking for. All right. The middle section says Malachi 1 and 7. All right. The code is 959. All right. As a matter of fact, it shows Malachi 1 and 7, Malachi 1 and 12, Malachi 2 and 9. All right. And all of them are coded for 959. Contemptible also shows up in the New Testament, which is in 2 Corinthians 10 and 10. Okay, that code is a different code because it is a Greek word, not a Hebrew word. It's in a whole different section of this book. All right, so we're looking for code 959. So I'm turning, because this is in the, it's the last book of the Old Testament, we're going to be looking for a Hebrew word. All right, so we're turning back to the Hebrew section and looking for code 959. You will find your codes at the top of the pages. All right, make sure you're not looking at the page number. All right, so 959. All right, 959. Bazal. All right. It says disesteem. It says despise. Contemptible. All right. Contemned. Disdained. Okay. But yeah, it says despise. So let's see what the man. What I say? 141. just out of curiosity, right? I just want to look at the Greek definition, the Greek word for contemptible, and see if that definition gives more. All right, 1848 is a code. So I'll go back to the Greek section. I'm looking for 1848. Exuthene, exutheneo. All right. I don't know if that pronunciation is correct, but that's what the word looks like. Exutheneo. Okay. It says exatheneo, to make of no account. It said means to regard as nothing, to despise utterly, to treat with contempt. All right, man. Wow. Okay. So now let's go back to Malachi 1:7. It says, ye offer polluted bread upon mine altar, and ye say, wherein have we polluted thee? In that ye say, the table of the Lord is contemptible. All right, less esteemed. You don't want to come to the Lord's table. You'd rather grab something off of somebody else's table because it fits you better, and then try to offer it to the Lord. All right, verse 8, it says, and if ye offer the blind or sacrifice, or excuse me, and if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? All right, and this is what you do in spirit too. Whenever you teaching a lie, all right, teaching your own way, and then try to say, here, Lord, I talked to this person about you. Okay, but that you bring somebody who blind to the truth. All right, and if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? And if ye offer the lame and sick, is it not evil? All right, and if you are teaching some other way, all right, it's not the Lord's way. So the Lord isn't healing these people. All right, so they still lame and sick. Okay, is that not evil? It says, offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee, or accept thy person? All right, nobody would accept a lame or a blind or a sick offering, man. All right, you go to a pound. Just for example, go to a pound. Are you gonna pick a lame, sick, and blind dog? All right, you're gonna pay thousands of dollars for a lame, sick, and blind dog, man. Or if somebody comes to drop one off, okay, more than likely you ain't gonna accept that, man. All right, I'm not trying to compare us to the Lord. I'm just saying this is what y'all doing in spirit. So let me go to Luke 6:39. And Lord willing, all right, that didn't go over anyone's head, or I didn't explain that kind of too far off. But hey, the Lord is going to determine if you heard that the right way or not. All right, so Luke 6:39 is where I'm headed. All right, Luke 6:39. All right, it reads, and he spake a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? All right, if you are doing these things, if you are, for example, having the look of godliness, right, you know the Lord's name, right? You know some of these scriptures, the truth of some of these scriptures, but not of all, and you lead somebody astray, and you yourself are going astray. Had you known the truth, had you known the fear of the Lord, or had the fear of the Lord, you wouldn't even be doing that. So in part, you are blind. All right. So you are also leading blind people to the Lord also. Luke 6:39, and he spake a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into the ditch? All right. This is what's happening. This is exactly what's going on in Israel. Okay. Let me check this time. Yeah, we're not done with this, but we are done with this for now. All right, Lord willing, we'll get back to this in the next upcoming videos. All right, we're doing Malachi chapter 1 and trying to get some kind of edification. Okay, so hopefully this comes through as sincere and edifying. All right, and we're not done with this. So yeah, so anyway, call hello Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Quadash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, or GMS for short. All right, this is where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. All right, Lord willing, I'm over that number, and Lord willing, we'll see you in the next video. Shalom.